Good afternoon, everyone. I, Alolika Mukherjee, on behalf of the entire KGP community, welcome you all to the Homecoming 2022 of IIT Kharagpur. We will begin with an invocation in honor of the institute. I request all of you to kindly rise from your seat for the invocation. I also request to kindly keep your mobiles on the silent mode till we finish the proceedings.
कर्मसु कौशलम् योगा कर्मसु कौशलम् नैके क्षेत्रे वर्णयोगः कर्मसु कौशलम् आदर्शाय प्राणदास्मभायम् योग कर्मसु कौशलम् योग कर्मसु कौशलम् विद्या और बुद्धि के ज्वाला का ऐसा है प्रकाश खेल संस्कृति और ज्ञान के मेल का बहुआकाश जीवन रिच्यम लो प्रतिभंगिमा निर्दम द्वंगा कलाश्मका में विशाल मैना विराट मैना सूत्रधारी प्रेरी प्रीत में योग कर्मसु कौशलम् योग कर्मसु कौशलम् आकाशाजी हार मेने लोके मोरा जाबो ताई देशेर तरे खाटছি সবে এই আমাদের গর্ব ভাই योग कर्मसु कौशलम् योग कर्मसु कौशलम् विद्युत भवन कृषि विज्ञान यांत्रिकी वर्चल नारी गारी या सर्वाची स्तुति आजी पूजा ने विच होताले किताब विच नाम है सदा IIT खड़गपुर लोका दामन बावुदा शोर गोल युग दूर ऐसी प्रभावशाली चेष्टा का है यह परिणाम बंधुत्व के चरम उदाहरण को कोटिशय प्रणाम नैके क्षेत्रे वर्ण योगः कर्मसु कौशलम् आदर्शाय प्राणदास्मभायम् योग कर्मसु कौशलम् योग कर्मसु कौशलम् योगा कर्मसु कौशलम्.
Thank you so much. Please take your seat. I welcome on stage the General Secretary of Students Alumni Cell, Mr. Rohan Sachan, for the introductory address to the present guest.
Hello everyone. It is my pleasure to include you all to this homecoming for the batches of 2000, 2002, 2005, 2007, 2010, and 2012. I would like to thank each and every one of you on behalf of the Students Alumni Cell for being here with us. The campus has always inspired a strange feeling in all of us, a feeling of longing when we are away from it, and a feeling of excitement when we came back to it. Initially, I couldn't explain this feeling, but later I realized it was the feeling of home. This is what Kharagpur is all to us. And so, let me take this opportunity to welcome you all back home. In the last 2 years, the campus was struggling due to the COVID. And after such a long period of unsurety, the campus is finally back to normal. And thus, we feel an immense pride in hosting you all. After these long 2 years, we hope that you enjoy the campus that you once walked to its fullest. It feels weird giving this speech after a day has passed because it was supposed to be an inaugural speech. But I had this thought in my mind, and I felt that this speech was important to convey the feelings of gratitude that my team and I feel to have a chance to host you all. I would like to wish you all the best for your further stay here and hope that you are having a great time. Thank you. I would like, I would now request you all to please have a look at the backdrop for the video.
You say I'm the only one you'll never be without. I found you're the only one worth ever singing about. Will you write my name in your heart? Write my name in your heart. The strangers among us crumble, all we figured out. I found you're the only one I hold on to in the dark. And you write my name in your heart. Write my name in your whisper of the wind, calling us to something more. What if we set out upon the waters, sail till we lose sight of shore? The light and the wilderness, we were made for all of this. You alone, my confidence, ready for it all. This is who we are. This is where it starts. The rush of the unknown, awakening these untamed hearts, reaching out beyond our hesitations, knowing how we've come so far. The veil is getting thin, more than just a glimpse in time, speaking to the soul of every longing, calling it to deeper life. The light and the wilderness, we were made for all of this. You alone, my confidence, ready for it all. This is who we are, and this is where it starts. 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 Light in the wilderness, we were made for all of this. You alone, my confidence, ready for it all. This is who we are, and this is where it starts.
Thank you. I request the following dignitaries to come on stage, please. Our respected Associate Dean, Alumni Affairs and Branding, Professor Devashish Chakravarti. Our respected Dean Outreach and Alumni Affairs, Professor Jayanto Mukhopadhyay. Our respected Deputy Director, Professor Amit Patro. Our Honorable Director, Professor Virendra Kumar Tiwari. Thank you so much. Please take your seats, sir. I now request our respected Dean Outreach and Alumni Affairs, Professor Jayanto Mukhopadhyay, to kindly address the audience.
A very warm good afternoon to all the dignitaries on the stage and off the stage, the beloved alums and their family members, all the faculty members and staff, and all the students present here. I greet you all at the Institute function of Homecoming 2022. It is a great pleasure seeing enthusiasm of our alums who are present here in spite of the shadow of COVID-19 pandemic still haunting us. My dear friends, we are all very proud of you. From the corporate world to sports to entrepreneurs to civil servants, we find KGPians in every sphere of our society. Many of you are doing great in abroad as well. No doubt, each of you are striving for excellence in your respective fields, bearing proud signature of IIT Kharagpur every year. In this short period of my association with Alumni Affairs as the Dean, I had innumerable moments of happy interactions with our alums, whom I found so passionate on their feelings about their alma mater. Literally, IIT KGP fraternity are the epitome of our age-old mantra of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It gave us tremendous confidence and motivation in our way forward in making this institute a top world-class institution, a global destination. The alumni have been constantly involved in all the activities and happenings at KGP. For about last 2.5 years during this difficult period of pandemic, we received tremendous support and help in various forms from our alumni, not only for us, the faculty, staff, and students, but also for reaching out to our greater community, whom we also consider inseparable in our ecosystem. Being an alum of this institute, I am very proud of this bonding, and we all dearly hope that this culture carries on for ages. Dear friends, we would be celebrating the Platinum Jubilee function of IIT Kharagpur, which would mark 75 years of the institute's formation. Please mark your calendar. From 18th August 2025 to 17th August 2026, we will have year-long various programs, not only here, but also in different cities and places where our alums have strong presence. We look forward to all of your active and passionate participation in this celebration. We are planning various projects and programs for making it grand. We will soon reach out to you for your engagement and support. I am sure together we will write a new history in the annals of our institute and make our country proud. Please remember, we are all dedicated to the service of this nation, whatever your global citizenship may be. Once again, my heartiest welcome to each and every person present here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to request our Associate Dean of Alumni Affairs and Branding, Professor Devashish Chakravarti, to kindly announce the Alumni Endowed Student Scholarship, and I also request the dignitaries to kindly confer them.
So I'd request our Director, Professor V.K. Tiwari, joined with Deputy Director, Professor Amit Patro, and Dean, Professor Jayanta Mukhopadhyay, to help in confirming the awards and conferring the certificates to the winners. And these awards are instituted by one or the other alumni, contributing to a particular or satisfying to a particular eligibility criteria, based on which, depending on the number of applicants, they have been the ones who have won those awards. So I'd request, I'd read out the names. I'll request the winners to come one by one and receive the awards. The award of Vrindavana Sahu Student Award, it goes to Mr. Shivam Saurav. Shivam? He was, okay. Shivam is not there. Dr. D. Nasipuri Memorial Student Award goes to Priya Nandi. Thank you. Next award is MB Scholarship, Malayesh Banerjee Scholarship, goes to Ashutosh Garg. Thank you. Next is Shyamal Ghosh and Sunanda Ghosh Endowment Scholarship. Shalika Kumbham, Muhammad Aiman, Ritvik Vishwas, Manu Segal. Manu Segal? এসেছে? ওই আছে। Manu Segal? Next is Ritesh Ranjan Memorial Scholarship, Mihir Raj. Prince Raj. Mohammad Raja Khan. Next is Sri Karuturi Ramamurthy Endowment Award, goes to Shubham Agrawal. Thank you. Next is Vinod Gupta Leadership Scholarship, goes to Yogesh Chawla. Are you there? Okay. Next is the Goralal Singhal and Kamalavati Singhal Memorial Scholarship. I'll read out the names. Please come one by one. Ujjwal Raj. Abhishek Shukla. Sharat Paramananda Bhatt. Lakshraj Doshi. Guditi Lohitha. Guditi Lohitha. Sohini Roy. Suryam Arnav Kalra. Next is Kistamgari Sri Harika Reddy. Next is S. Shravanti. Next is Shashwata Datto. Hey, hello. Hello. Next is Rishi Suman. Next, Sarita Singh. Absent. Next is Bellam Tejesh. Next is Dhruv Arya. Next is N. Anushka. Not there? Okay. Thank you, sir. Next is Shushma Mukhija Memorial Scholarship It goes to Aditi Singhania. Here. Absent.
And one thing I tell you, the more you clap, more vibrations will go to your mind and you will have peace of mind. Remember, this is another exercise. Okay? So please do that. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next is Ratan Bhattacharya Memorial Scholarship. Goes to Aditi Pasi. Not there. Oh. Next is Dr. Fanindranath Mukherjee Memorial Award. Goes to Kavita. Next is Mrs. Sagarika Mukherjee Award. Goes to Shubham Agrawal. So your second time, a third time. Second. Next is Professor Dibyendu and Srimati Shikha Mukherjee Best Chemical Process Technology Student Award. Goes to Ujjwal Tiwari. Anamika Tiwari, okay. So the sister of Ujjwal Tiwari, Ms. Anamika Tiwari, received the award for those online. Next is Professor Dwarkanath Bose Memorial Award. It goes to Malarji C.T. Have it present? Next is P.C. Bhattacharya Award for Best Management Student goes to Sanmugavel M. Next is V.V. Dhruvanarayana Memorial Student Award goes to Sanyam Agarwal. Next is Kirtan B. Bera Best All-Rounder Student Award. I'll read out the names. You please come one by one. Is Shivam Singh, E. Madhuri, Ramane Tanaya Vijay. And Harshavardhan Tanwar. Thank you all. So a last big round of applause to all the recipients of the award. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request our respected Deputy Director, Professor Amit Patro, to address the audience.
Director Professor Tiwari, Dean Outreach and Alumni Affairs, Professor Jayanta Mukhopadhyay, Associate Dean Alumni Affairs and Branding, Professor Devashish Chakravarti, all our alumni who are here for their homecoming, the students, the recipients of the various awards and other volunteers, and I also see probably a few family members of our alumni and students. So, very warm welcome to today's program. And in fact, yesterday we were so much engrossed with our Foundation Day program. I hope many of you had attended that. So we actually almost lost track of the next day's program, that is today's program, and this coming on a holiday had actually put us under some kind of, we had committed to certain other things which we felt that we probably can very tightly manage to finish by 2:30. Unfortunately, it took a little bit more than we expected, and it is all for a good cause, because what both myself and our director we're working with actually is for doing something for setting up the medical college. As you know, yesterday also we mentioned that it's first IIT to introduce a medical college, but it is a challenging task. So true to that statement, and the challenges are still there. So we are trying to solve one problem at a time. And I think we made a little bit of breakthrough, minor breakthrough today. So I think it was time well spent. But still, I want to apologize for the delay, and maybe now we can start. But what I saw that many of you also got delayed because of maybe the rain or the transport or whatever. So by the time we entered the Takshashila or the Ramanujam complex, we found a bus just left. So hopefully we did not keep you waiting for too long. But whatever it is, we would like to apologize. And let me first confess that this batch of 2000 onwards, I was trying to see who is from who is alumni and who is student. And frankly speaking, I could not make out. So, and in fact, I was seeing who are the students coming for taking the award. So then I excluded that these are not the alumni. So the rest, maybe those who are sitting here, you must be the alumni. So one warm welcome, and for staying very young youth and youthful, and so that we find it difficult. Let me share one thing, that when I joined here as a faculty, I was still doing my PhD at that time, finished my masters and joined as a faculty. So often, I used to have difficulty. I used to go for an invigilation, and the professor, senior professor, he used to point to me, yeah, you take your seat. What is your roll number, right? So that is of course now I don't get that opportunity anymore, but still it's good to see you people very young and still having a lot of energy and a lot of long future. And we'd like to know more about you. I think we will get a chance when we have more informal interaction. So welcome, and what I feel, let me just ask you. So how many of you have been into the Kalidas auditorium before? Yeah, not the students. Students would have been there. Alumni. Yeah. So you are actually, so you are, so Kalidas. So many alumni would not know what is Kalidas. Where is Kalidas auditorium? Maybe the 2000 batch you also hadn't seen it, right? So, but the 2005 and 7 they must have seen. Even 2005 didn't see it? Oh, I see. So, okay. So, one batch, 2012, 10 and 12 probably have seen. They must have seen, yeah. So anyway, so you are still not as young as I thought you are. Yeah. So, yeah, but still, mentally, we are all young, and we say that whenever you enter IIT, generally you are around 18 years of age, and then the clock stops there. And especially when you come back to the campus again, you still become an 18-year-old. Am I right or wrong? Yeah. So let us keep that. So with that youthful enthusiasm, let me share a few things which are happening here in the institute. Of course, if you had been in the foundation day, you would have come across many of the new initiatives. But maybe from the more from the students' perspective, you know that there are a lot of new programs, and like the Academy of Classical and Folk Arts. So when we were students, so I graduated in 84, and Professor Tiwari graduated in 79, Professor Jayanta Mukhopadhyay graduated in 85, 1 year later, and Debashish is still a young kid, I don't know which year, 93. So compared to us, he is a much junior. But even at this time, I don't think it would have been thought that IIT Kharagpur can, or IIT, any IIT for that matter, can have an academy where, will be encouraged to formally sing. Of course, Spring Fest and cultural programs, TSG, these are all have been there, but we always used to think that these are all extracurricular. It was only when our Academy of Classical Music, and Folk Arts, which also includes music, among other things. So it started, and I think if you get a chance, you should go and visit. That's a new kind of ambience. You can see it's still now it's a small place, but naturally it will grow. Similarly, we have the Academy of Leadership, to which Commander Jetli is a regular visitor, and he's also an advisor there. And then we have the Indian Knowledge System, the Center of Excellence in Indian Knowledge Systems. So did you have a chance to visit there? Yeah, very good. Yeah, so you can see that, certain transformations are happening. And we had the jail, then we had the museum, and now we are actually, so these are still, these are all historic relics of the past. Museum means, you preserve your history and all that. But now we have a more active program. We not only just passively see, oh, what a nice place it had been and what historical place it has been. We are trying to explore that history, especially from the point of view of science and technology. And our approach is to maintain the scientific norms. So we just don't want to just read some documents and sort of make conclusions based on that. We'd like to put it to scientific practice and application, and still give wherever we must. Yesterday also I was kind of harping on this topic. Is that especially in Indian context, I don't know whether it is because of 200 years of British rules, we are very reluctant to see any good in ourselves. We always feel that it is others are good, especially Westerners. They are all good. We are not good unless we are recognized by some Western powers or Western prizes like Nobel prizes. So if somebody gets a Nobel prize, we grudgingly we accept that. In fact, I can share something which I read recently. Is Rabindranath Tagore, when he received the Nobel Prize in Literature, it was firstly not an easy thing, because he wrote poems in Bengali, right? And I think, I don't remember the name of the British gentleman, but he helped him translate the poems into English, right? And you can consider, you can imagine how easy it would be for the Britishers, or in this case the Nobel Prize Committee, to really glean anything from what is Tagore's beauty, right? In fact, even in Indian languages, I think we have not still done a good job of translating Tagore in different Indian languages. So you can imagine that time, more than 100 years back, when it was translated into some kind of what I can call is a halting English, right? You have to be really knowledgeable in English to understand the meaning of that. So that time there was some interpretation, and based on that he got the prize. But the reaction in our own country was also very negative. Although Rabindranath got, and I'm not saying that any particular person is responsible, but it is in our mindset that even when something good happens to somebody, we are kind of, I won't say envious or whatever, and we are reluctant to accept that. So Tagore himself wrote a small, he converted to a song where he expressed his, pain. So he had written a few lines, Amar shokol kata dhonno kore futbe, full futbe. Amar shokol kata dhonno kore futbe, ফুল ফুটবে আমার সকল কাঁটা ধন্য করে. So he was expressing his pain because people are not accepting whatever is good in him, but he believes that one day it will blossom, right? His flower will blossom into a great flower, the kodi or whatever you call it, the bud. The bud will blossom into a full in its full glory. So it was to those people who were the naysayers. So unfortunately, we have also a lot of naysayers amongst ourselves. We don't feel that unless often I have seen that if you have a committee meeting, we have 4 or 5 people. Some of them are always finding fault with our own ideas. We have to understand that not all ideas that we have are going to fruition, and they are not going to be the best-selling ideas or whatever. But we have to have the positive mindset to give it a try. And I think one of the reasons, this I elaborated just a little yesterday, is that we have to believe that we are good. We have to believe that we are world-class. We have to believe that we are within the top 10 in the world, or whatever. And unless we ourselves believe, others are not going to believe us. Because directly or indirectly, you are going to give everybody an impression that, look, probably these people are not so good. They themselves don't think they are good. How can they be good? So if you feel you are good, at least you have overcome the first hurdle. Next step can be to convince others that you are good. But if the first thing itself, you don't believe that you are good. So in that sense, IIT brand, we are very fortunate. IIT brand became because our alumni, like all of you, they went out and they proved themselves. And that has, so again, indirectly, it's validating what I'm saying is that others have to tell us. To some extent, that is right. I mean, again, there is a very common saying in Bengali, actually, that says that নিজে যারে বড় বলে বড় সেই নয়, লোকে যারে বড় বলে বড় সেই হয়. Others must tell you that you are great or you are good, whatever. Those are the real ones, but you have to prove it to others, right? So if you get a chance, like fortunately the IITians, the graduates, and they went, of course, including postgraduates, PhDs, everybody included, they went out to the world, made a mark for themselves, and others started saying that they are great. So that is how we have got that IIT brand. Now IIT has a brand name, right? So it is understood that IIT has takes in the brightest talents in the country, and then makes something out of them, and then they are pushed into the big bad world, and they survive and they do something good for themselves, and they for their organizations, or even the countries in which they live. So now we still have a little bit of gap in the sense that we still have to prove that even when the students do not leave IIT, they are also capable of doing good things. And they are doing, in fact, they are doing good things. And yesterday in the foundation day, we tried to recognize some. But it is going to be an ongoing process, and we must make ourselves believe that we are capable of doing good things, recognize each other, and then when we go out, we have to tell good things about each other's, my colleagues, right? I should not say that I am the only great person and my colleagues are nothing. And that is not going to work. So we have to get into that kind of a temperament, and hopefully, I mean, these will add to whatever other things we do. You know, we are putting in a lot of efforts, investment, you know, laboratories, centers of excellence, all these things are happening. But along with that, I feel that we must do that. And the alumni like you who are coming home, right? So you have to take this message out that look, such a great thing is happening. You know, this professor in say computer science, you know, he or she is doing, she has developed a new algorithm which will, you know, reduce the compression. He will compress the speed of execution of some programs by 10-fold, whatever, you know, just things like that. So you have to, you know, send this message. You have to, you know, spread this message, right? So this short visit, I hope, will give you a glimpse into that, which you can take back. And these days, of course, we are having YouTube, so our reach is really huge, and we would like to leverage that. And thanks to COVID, we are now, I mean, whichever important program is happening here, we are streaming it live in YouTube, and then also replaying, sharing. Even those who are not able to see it online, they get a chance to see that, and we ourselves are circulating. So with this, I feel that, you know, we should try to do well and tell others that we are doing well. So with these few words, maybe I'll end with again a couple of lines of a Tagore song, if our, you know, organizers, you know, Professor Devashish Chakraborty is a very strict organizer. He has given me 2 more minutes. I hope it is a kind of, and okay, let me try to sing something, you know, which is a, which I actually, whose tune I used yesterday. There is a Tagore song, Tumi Kamon Kore Gan Koro He Guni. So I have made my own translation. Of course, I don't have it readily, but I think I'll get it. So I made a translation which goes like this. I cannot imagine how you sing so fine. I wonder and listen again. Still I cannot imagine how you sing so fine. The light of music comes down in a shower. The wind of music flows in the sky all over. The rocks break down at such high speed and power, weaving a tune around me, so divine that I cannot imagine how you sing so fine. Tumi kemon kore gan koro he guni. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request the General Secretary, Students Alumni Cell, Mr. Rohan Sachan, to proceed with the batch-wise felicitation, followed by the batch photographs. I also request the dignitaries to confer the awards. Yeah, I requesting the dignitaries to kindly confer the mementos.
Batch of 2000, Mr. Mukbeen Singh. Mr. Akshay Singhal. Sir, please wait on the stage for the group photo. Sir, can you please also come on the stage? Mr. Shubham Sarkar. Mr. Pramod Singh Thakur. Mr. Jatin Luthra. Now for the batch of 2002, Mr. Mausam Pal. No, sir, they are combined. They, no, sir. Miss Vibha Rathi. सर एक कंबाइंड फोटो होगी सर एक कंबाइंड फोटो होगी मिस स्वागता मिस्टर डी आचार्य Now for the batches of 2005. 2002, but they're not here. Okay, all the 2002 batches, please come on the stage. No, no, like it's fine. Like they all will get the mementos and all. Mausam pal I have called. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Now for batch of 2005, Mr. Reddy Srinath and Miss N. Modak. For the batch of 2006, Mr. Vishal Kumar. From the batch of 2007, Mr. Nishant Kumar. Mr. Nishant Katoch. Okay. Mr. Nishant Kumar again. From the batch of 2010, Mr. Srinath Himanshu. Mr. Nagesh, Mr. Samrat Dar, Mr. Pankaj Kumar Pal, Mr. Kirti Ranjan, Mr. Yuva Raju, and Mr. Ravi Teja. From the batch of 2012, Mr. Mehtab Singh Soin, Mr. Somnath Meher, and Mr. Saurya Mishra. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Rohan. I now request our director, Professor Virendra Kumar Tiwari, to kindly address the audience.
How much time? देख के बताइए. Given is 15 minutes, but I'll take only 5 minutes. Because I know that, see, हिंदी में कहते हैं ये बहुत बड़ी नाइंसाफ़ी है. क्यों? कि हमारे जो यंग दोस्त थे वो अपना लेकर चल दिए. कहे कि भाई क्या करना है, हमारा काम हो गया. Because these 21st generation friends thinks to happen things like this. I was just talking to Devashish that this is our, possibly is the weakness, because we have no time to wait. And I think this doesn't happen in real life situation. And that is why many of our friends, when they fail in one of the situations, if they take up a startup or something like that, when they fail, they think that, okay, I'm a useless person. It's not so. the speed at which they want things to happen in their own way will not happen. Because everything is said, Rome was not built in a day. We must know, when you want to create something which is not there, you have to have, first thing is resilience, perseverance, and wait. You have to have your own blood, you have to have your own sweat, then only you will succeed. So friends, I was pained when my young friends, after they have taken their whatever you can say, award or whatever, they left. They say that बूढ़े लोग हैं, इनकी बात होगी अलग से. But I think I do not consider that. We consider age is a number. And I tell you, if you are active in your mind, irrespective of your age, you are always young. Remember this. Somebody told, how old are you? The boy is born and they say, how old is he? वो साल भर का है, हम बोल दिए, how old is he? Nobody says how young he is. Nobody said. So I think we have started talking in English, कितना बड़ा हो गया? बच्चा कितना बड़ा हो गया? Okay? So I think this English word has put us that we are old. And the feeling that we say that, oh, we are 60. Oh, I think 60 is there. बुद्धि घुटने में आ जाती है. That is what has been told. I don't think so. If you are creative, we had the youngest alumni of 87-year-old yesterday who came here and took the award, which of 2020. He was given of 2020 DAA of 2020 and he could not come, but he promised that I will come. And we saw the young man, and I had told 84-year-old while in my talk, but later on in the evening when I met him, he said, I'm actually 87-year-old. In fact, it will work like that because he was 56 graduate, so put 21 year in that, he's exactly 87. And he was very jovial, he talked to us, and I think that this is life. We must try to have perseverance, this is most important. If you have, you will get everything in life. You just follow your course of action which is there in your hand. Friends, when I took over the reins of IIT Kharagpur, I think a lot of things were there and a lot of questions were asked, and I thought that I will give my report card. So on 27th of December 2020, although it was online, but I think more than 1,300 alumni joined online. And I gave my report card because I felt, I think, I don't know whether Jaitley is here or not, but he had told me that you must give your report card. What have you done? So I gave my report card, and I think it was not that bad. Possibly they gave me 6.5 out of 10, I hope so. Now in 2021, 23rd of December, again I gave my report card, and there also I don't think I did so bad. I hope I would have passed. And in 2022, also I am planning what I have done. I think we must question ourselves, we must look back and see what I have done on a daily basis. This is what my way of looking at things. See, we are trying to take this institute to the top 10 in the world. I don't know how many of you believe, but I do believe it is possible. It is very much possible. When we are thinking of being the Vishwaguru in 2047, 25 years from now, we are the largest young people in this country across the globe. From 15-year age to 64-year age, we are the largest in the whole world. So we have the capability to reach to Vishwaguru's position, which we had thousands and thousands of years back. 2047 is given where you will be completely Atmanirbhar. And for that, the national education policy which has come, if you go through that, each time you read, you will get something or the other. Well, I think there are certain things which are to be said. A lot of things are there to be said, but I said I will take 5 minutes. Possibly I have taken more than 5 minutes. But I wish you all the best. Homecoming का मतलब है, आइए, देखिए यहाँ क्या है और बताइए कि और क्या करना है. Thank you very much. Best of luck.
Thank you so much, sir. I call upon our respected Associate Dean, Alumni Affairs and Branding, Professor Devashish Chakravarti, to deliver the vote of thanks.
So, vote of thanks is indicating the last portion of this function. So, respected Professor V.K. Tiwari, our director, Professor Amit Patra, our deputy director, Professor Jayanta Mukhopadhyay, Dean Outreach and Alumni Affairs, my beloved homecoming batches. This year we had 6 homecoming batches. We thought we may not be able to accommodate all, but we are able to accommodate. And my dear students, we have the VP, Brahmjot Singh. Thank you. And our students and staff of Alumni Affairs and Branding, Outreach and Branding, and I can see some family accompaniments. So from the core of my heart, I wish to thank all of you for coming down to IIT Kharagpur campus. I don't know how many of you have, after graduating, visited back this campus. Among those present, can you please raise the hands? Oh, that's great. So keep visiting us. So keep visiting us. And this calls for 3 cheers. Shout for KGP ka tempo. KGP ka tempo. KGP ka tempo. Thank you. So we expect, as Professor Tiwari has already told, to come and get connected, tell us what all you have in mind to make IIT Kharagpur within the top 10, if not better, in the global ranking. And we are now Institute of Eminence, so we really want many connections and many suggestions from you. Keep coming and also encourage your batchmates and your known alums to come back and remain connected with the alumni cell under Dean Outreach and Alumni Affairs. So I thank one and all for making this event such a great success, even in this odd hours. We were, troubled by many issues, pandemic, and maybe monkeypox was also there, being mentioned by people trying to come from abroad, and the timing. So we have got a success having you all here. Thank you. Hopefully you will enjoy the remaining part of your stay in the campus. Enjoying. Visit the campus, visit your halls, visit your department, and visit other centers which have come up in the process. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request the assembled audience to kindly rise from your seat for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you very much. Thanks for your participation in the institute function. Thank you. Yes, of course.